And welcome to our Medical Minute this Thursday morning. More than 6 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's, and this is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, the month of June. And here to tell us more about the disease and answer a few questions that we have about it, we have Dr. Tiffany Fernata here, a neurologist with OSF Healthcare Illinois Neurological Institute, and again, here to tell us all about Alzheimer's and brain health. So thanks for coming in this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So first things first, what exactly is Alzheimer's? I feel like a lot of people hear that word.
Sure.
They may not know exactly what it is.
Yeah, so Alzheimer's is a chronic, irreversible neurologic disease. It affects memory and by definition really impacts one's ability to carry out their daily activities. So it impacts a person's ability to manage their medicines, manage their finances, and even drive.
Oh, wow. Wow. And there's currently no cure for Alzheimer's, correct?
That is correct. But we're really excited about some new therapies that have come out. So within the past 2 years, there have been 2 FDA-approved therapies, lecanemab and aducanumab, and they're infusion therapies, and they target amyloid. So that's that protein that builds up in patients with Alzheimer's disease. So it's very exciting. Yeah. Problem is, those were approved under the accelerated approval pathway in the FDA, and that means that they're only available under supervised or clinical trial settings. So right now at OSF, we're not giving them, but we're excited about what the future holds.
Well, that's good. It's good to remain optimistic.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And do we currently have any idea of how Alzheimer's develops and forms?
Yeah, we don't know that definitively. We do know that these proteins that develop can be present in the brains or the cerebrospinal fluid of patients up to 10 years prior to their diagnosis. Wow. So there definitely is this preclinical phase. And for patients and families, it's often a slow development of these memory symptoms. And then it really gets to a tipping point, and then they seek care with us.
Right, right. And what type of care do you all offer at OSF Healthcare?
Yeah, so I'm really excited to say that we have a multidisciplinary approach to our dementia patients. So once monthly, we get together as a team of neurology providers and our neuropsychologists, and we have a dementia case review conference where we review cases of patients with dementia, and that's really helped to optimize our care and develop treatment plans for them. We've helped to expedite those patients into our practices much sooner. And I'm happy to say that soon in the fall, we're going to roll out what's called Brain Check, and that's going to come through the primary care offices. That's going to be a way to evaluate one's memory and really decide, does that patient need to see a neurologist or neuropsychologist?
Very nice. So you're getting us closer to finding that cure and the treatment. And
yes, I'm really excited. You know, I mean, these past couple of years have shown us that we're getting closer to understanding what causes this and really where do we need to direct our treatment for these patients.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And Alzheimer's, so does it normally form in older people, or how does...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's late onset Alzheimer's, which I would say is the most common. So usually in patients 65 or older. There's also early onset Alzheimer's, and that is, of course, a devastating illness because that can affect people into their 40s, quite young. Wow. That one is usually genetically inherited, and so certainly if a patient has early onset Alzheimer's, they absolutely need to be evaluated by a neurologist, but they may even need genetic testing for them and their families.
Got it, okay. And what is once someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's, what is the typical prognosis? How long do they have to live typically?
It's a tough disease. It really is. So we never know definitively, but the adage is about 10 years after diagnosis, patients may meet their demise. But really our goal is optimizing quality of care. You know, brain health. Brain health is something that all of us should do. It's what our moms used to say we should do, and they were right. So drinking a lot of water, getting our good sleep, healthy Mediterranean-focused diet, exercise probably 30 minutes 5 days a week, and keeping our stress levels low. And although that's important for our patients, it's so important for caregivers because caregiver burnout can really happen, and this is a tough diagnosis.
Yeah, absolutely. And where can someone go, or who can they call if they need some support or just want some resources or extra information?
Yeah, absolutely. The Alzheimer's Association is a fabulous resource. So alzheimers.org is a really great resource. I try to share that with all of my patients and families because they have good information on caregivers, what to expect, how to prepare the home, how to prepare for next steps.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad there's resources and support out there, and hopefully one day there will be a cure as well.
I certainly hope so, too.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Fernata, for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much.
It was great chatting with you.
Yes, my pleasure.
Thank you so much. And, of course, if you or someone you know would like to join us here on Community Corner, you can head to our website, 25newsnow.com. Go ahead and click on the Community Corner tab and fill out the form there. And we'll take a look at it, and we would love to invite you onto our Community Corner. Stick with us right now. We'll be back with all of your entertainment news coming up at 11:30.